Oh, Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello and welcome to the V8 Supercars Americas. I am Ken Craft. JD's going to be along in just a second. We're having all kinds of problems here with this new 8 update. I want to apologize, guys. We just a little slow getting things going here. But come to you live right in time. I know I've been live for a little bit longer than I've been aware, so you've got to see me clicking around on this thing if you were watching. But yeah, so Marlon McMullen takes the pole. Ian Ford will be going from second. Marty Carroll from third. Richard Elward from fourth. Rory Windham from fifth. Jason Quire from sixth. Michael Talley-Ansich in seventh. Cooper Murray in eighth. And looks like these guys are going to be getting ready to go very soon here. So let's get all that off the screen and see if I can get the drivers in the view. Alright, the ticker isn't showing up there, but maybe we can change that. Alright, so the guys are revving up, getting ready to go live here for an enduro race at Road America. Ian Ford with a great start. It's going to get him out ahead of Marlon McMullen. And there goes the overlays. So Ian Ford out in front. Marlon McMullen in second. Looks like Richard Elward there in third. Oh, I got to get the overlays back up. Alright, so Ian Ford is out in the number one spot. Marlon McMullen in second. That's Cooper Murray in third. Richard Elward in fourth. And Marty Carroll in fifth. Alright, I got the ticker up on top to come back into view, so that's good. Now let's watch this race while we're waiting on JD to come back. Ian Ford still out in front. Marlon McMullen in second. Cooper Murray in third. So I do want to apologize for the overlays, guys. They're probably going to crash probably 4 or 5 times throughout this broadcast. And they're extraordinarily slow going, slow working. I can click and it takes a couple seconds for it to switch cars. So, but I'm pushing on anyway. Things can't be perfect all the time. Alright, so a great race looks like it. These guys really sticking together pretty good on Road America so far. The guys really seem to like this track. I don't necessarily think they like it an hour and 20 minutes worth of like it, but they do like it here. Marty Carroll back in fifth, getting awful racy with Richard Elward up in fourth. Looks like they're going to have a good battle brewing up there. And just a few spots back, Chris D'Angelo under some pressure from Craig Jones. Let's go back a little bit further. We got Britton O'Brien back there. Britton's got Raymond Steer behind him, and Adam Wyborn in the race here today. Paul Tarafara behind him. Gotta say, that is a cool name, Tarafara. Then Mark Fee back behind him, back in 17th. A big field here tonight. 24 drivers. The 24th driver already out of the race here tonight. That is Ronald Etheridge. Ronald coming out of the pits now. He'll be nearly a lap down by the time he gets out here and gets going. Check back on the leader. Yeah, the leader is going to be coming up on him mighty fast. That leader is Ian Ford. He's starting to get a couple car lengths on Cooper Murray there. He's 1.19 seconds ahead of Cooper Murray. Cooper doing a fantastic job keeping up almost within a second of Ian Ford and staying out ahead of Marlon McMullen. So a great race here so far from Cooper Murray. Very impressed. Do want to let everybody know that JD has made it back. He is still working on getting things up and running, so we will see JD here in probably just a little bit. Marlon getting extra racy here. He is right on the bumper of Cooper Murray. Cooper under some serious pressure now. A couple spots here that will make for some really good passing opportunities. Cooper managed to pull away quite a bit there from Marlon McMullen. Got him a little bit of breathing room. Marlon now really has to keep an eye on his rearview mirror. He's got Marty Carroll coming up. Marty back in the V8 Supercar. Good to see Marty return. Haven't seen Marty race for a couple weeks. Let's check on Ryan Shelton, see if the Trading Paints update has had any effect on poor Ryan Shelton's racing skin. It don't seem to have had an effect here. As Ryan takes that spot from Daniel Ackland. Daniel looked like he might want it back there, but thinks a little better of it. Tucks back in behind Ryan. Thought I was going to see a great move there from Daniel, but that could have been a dangerous move. Back behind those guys in position 8, Michael Taliancic, rather. He's catching up to those guys. As those guys battle, they are definitely allowing Michael Taliancic room to gain back up to those guys. Let's check back up at the front. Ian Ford just keeps pulling away. He's got over 2 seconds now ahead of second place Cooper Murray. Cooper with only half a second between he and Marlon. That is probably one of the closest battles of the race. And then those guys are starting to pull away just a little bit from Marty Carroll. Hope everything is running okay for you guys at home. A few little technical difficulties here kind of got us off to a slow start, but I think things are running pretty good here now. Here I'm getting a little bit of a blurry video now. If it's looking good for other drivers, but a little blurry on your screen, it could be that YouTube is adjusting the video for you due to a low bandwidth or something to that effect. But it also could be that maybe I'm not sending enough bandwidth, and maybe it's blurry for everybody. I apologize for the short little interruption there. I decided to crank up the bandwidth just a little bit, see how that worked out. We still have got Ian Ford out in front. If I could switch to him, there he is, Ian Ford in the front. Cooper Murray in second. Marlon McMullen is still chasing down Cooper, trying to get that second spot. Still within half a second, so Marlon doing a good job keeping Murray within his sight there. Marty Carroll back in fourth. He's fallen 2 seconds off of the bumper of Marlon McMullen. That is definitely, with as many laps as we got here today, that is definitely something that can be caught up. Richard Elward, he's a second and a half back from Marty Carroll. He'll be looking to make up some of that time here in the next few laps. Ryan Shelton in the sixth spot. He has still got Daniel Ackland all over the bumper there. Daniel wanting that spot back. And then as those guys battle, Michael Taliancic still gaining ground. Michael now within the 1 second mark of those two as they battle for sixth spot. Daniel Ackland now going, look like he might be going for a move on Ryan Shelton. He's definitely making sure that that car is in Ryan's mirrors. Michael Taliancic back behind those guys, watching a great battle up ahead of him. Great battle back here for sixth spot. Ryan Shelton doing a great job holding those guys off. As that battle is just tightened up. Michael Taliancic now officially part of that battle. Taking a look at the bumper cam from the Ryan Shelton machine. Looking back at Daniel Ackland, see just exactly how close he is there and how close this race really is for this 6th spot. Ryan Shelton under serious pressure. There goes Daniel Ackland. Looks like he's going to go to what will be the outside. Whew, he gets a little loose there, but still side by side as they go into the next turn. Ryan Shelton is going to have the inside of the turn. He is going to make it out in front of Daniel Ackland. Great effort, though, from Daniel. That was a good try. Ryan Shelton just had a little bit more momentum having that inside line, but Daniel almost got him on the outside. That was definitely a good try. Great race in there back in for that 6th position. Let's go check up here at the front as Marlon McMullen has just gotten around Cooper Murray. Looked like at the same time Daniel was trying to get around Ryan Shelton, Marlon was trying to get around Cooper Murray. Marlon did get the job done. He is in 2nd. See if Cooper does as good a job of staying with Marlon as Marlon did staying with Cooper. And so far, he is. He's right there on the bumper. We are on lap 8 of 39. Long race here today, well over an hour. These guys will be here in this endurance race at Road America. Now these guys don't come to Road America very often. I think we've came last season, but otherwise we really don't come here often enough. Check back on this battle for 6th as Ryan Shelton has gotten his bumper hammered off a little bit there. Daniel Ackland and Michael Taliancic all over the bumper here. A great race for 6th. Ryan still managing to hold him off. Another great battle just a little ways behind as Chris D'Angelo trying to run down Luke Betts for that 9th spot. I haven't seen Luke in the series for a while, so good to see Luke Betts back in the V8 Supercar.
Whew!
Welcome to the show, JD. Think you got everything running yet? Is it
Yes,
looking
sir.
good so far?
It is looking good in here. I've been in here for a minute, but I wanted to make sure that everything was looking beautiful like it's supposed to be before I got into it too much. But good to be here, buddy, and happy to be here watching this great race here at Road America. It's a big race tonight.
Yeah, long race. About an hour and 20 minutes, the guys are saying, for this race here tonight. So that's going to be one heck of an endurance race for these guys. And as close as some of these guys are battling, the big battle right now for 6th place, Ryan Shelton has been holding these guys off for 9 laps now. He overtook Daniel Ackland and took over that 6th spot, I think probably on lap 2, and has been holding him off ever since. But it has been a great battle.
Yeah, I'm watching these 3 right now. It's fun watching Daniel Ackland right now, and he seems to be in decent pace, but at the current moment he needs to watch the car behind him right now. He's in pressure of his own, And if he's not careful, the Hinlink Industries Commodore may get a little pass, get a little pressure from behind.
Yeah, I see is Michael Taliancic came up there battling with Daniel. Daniel definitely slipped off the bumper of Ryan Shelton, give Ryan just a little bit of breathing room there. So Ryan's starting to pull away just a little bit.
Man, going through right now, and I'll be back with you in just a second. I'm still here, but I'm having to go through and change.
Oh, Cooper Murray's going to go to the inside of Marlon McMullen. He is going to regress. He got a little slippage there and didn't quite get stopped. And maybe just a touch of contact to Marlon. Marlon just had to about come to a complete stop to avoid a serious accident there. So Cooper did pull right over and stop, let Marlon get going again, and regress that position to Marlon. An absolute show of sportsmanship from Cooper Murray.
Here goes the run from Daniel Ackland here up front. May have an opportunity as they get ready to head down one.
Yeah, Daniel's. Oh, I thought he was going to go for it. He just was trying to trick Ryan Shelton a little bit there, I think. Get up in his mirrors, maybe get him a little flustered, make him head into the turn a little too hard or something. But no going there. Ryan still made his turn just fine. Daniel rather, decided to tuck back in. Check back up on this second spot. Cooper Murray now, as he feels like he's given Marlon enough time to get going again, and he is back on the prowl. He'll be looking to try to get that spot back from Marlon very soon. He is definitely all over that bumper there, pushing very hard. He takes it just a touch wide there. Gotta say, I am really impressed with Cooper Murray today. He has really showed up with his racing face on and is giving Marlon a run for his money. Side by side, Daniel Ackland and Ryan Shelton. Daniel's going to try that outside move again. He's going to get it done for at least for the time being. Michael Taliancic, he's going to go for it too. He's going to the inside with Ryan Shelton. A little bit of contact there. Side by side as they go through the next turn. Michael Taliancic has got the position as of now, but Ryan's been running quite well today. I'll bet he's going to try his best to get it back as Daniel Ackland lights him up on the brakes. See a bunch of smoke coming from the number 9 machine out in front.
Ryan Shelton in the number 12 car is caught up to Michael Talyankic, as you mentioned a minute ago. The SDRT machine is got a little push here. Let's see what he can do and see if he can get around the 7 car. He's got good momentum. He's going to look to the outside and possibly make this thing happen. He does give it a good push, but it's not going to be enough in the end. He uses all the rubber. That's trouble into the wall. It's Michael Talyankic, and that is a hard hit right there for the number 7 Hinlink Industries Commodore. Also involved in that is Ryan Shelton. Both cars battling for position there, and both cars are in trouble.
Ryan Shelton has got some horrible luck in this series this season. But, yeah, watching the replay here as they go side by side into Canada corner. I believe that's Canada corner. I'm not great on these. Yeah, and they just kind of, I don't know, it looked like Talyankic might have just got loose there and ended up into the back of Ryan Shelton. Oh, maybe I ought to take a look at that again. I'd hate to call that and be a totally different story.
Yeah, it was. I wish I could go back and watch it too. I was just reloading up the broadcast for a little better connection there. But I tell you what, it was. It happened so fast. They were battling, and Ryan Shelton went to the outside trying to make a pass, and don't know who got into who, but it just happened very quickly. The cars almost like magnets went in them. They got together, and of course, when you're going that fast and 2 cars come together, it's never pretty.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. A big old magnet between those cars just pulled them together, and that's all she wrote. That's serious damage for both of those guys, and that's some bad luck because Ryan was having a great race. Well, Michael Talyankic as well. Those guys having a great battle. So
well, that's one thing that I hate more than anything is I obviously hate it for the guys, but that was one of the better battles on the track. They really had a great race going. And now that's one less good run we're going to get to watch. So I was enjoying that one very much.
Yeah, that's going to leave Daniel Ackland kind of out in the middle of nowhere. He had been having a great battle all race long. Now he's just kind of lonely out there in the 6th position. The next car back is 4 seconds back, and that is Chris D'Angelo. And Chris has got some good speed here today, so Daniel might be seeing some action from Chris D'Angelo by the end of this race. Let's check on the other big battle we have going here, JD, and that is for the 2nd spot. It is still going strong. That is, Marlon McMullen is in that 2nd spot. Cooper Murray had held that spot for the first 9 laps. Then Marlon got it back. Cooper's tried a couple times to get it back unsuccessfully, but he is not letting Marlon go. He is sticking right there with him, just waiting for that perfect opportunity. And it might just come. We've seen Marlon make some uncharacteristic mistakes this season. And a race that's so long like this one is, an hour and 20 minutes, as this thing goes on, we will start to see these drivers get pretty fatigued. And, you know, the more tired these guys get, the more prone they'll be to make a mistake. Well, maybe not these guys, but race car drivers in general sometimes will be more prone to mistakes as they wear on that time clock. But these guys, about all of them in this field, are very top-notch drivers that compete in the endurance series. Many of them just raced last night in the SDRT endurance series. Marty Carroll back and forth. I think he might be gaining on these guys. Whoa! Cooper Murray spins her out right in front of Marty Carroll. And so I guess I was right. Marty Carroll did gain on him. Cooper entered the turn just a little too much gentle and spins her sideways. And that's going to be all she wrote for that battle. So Marlin, to avoid catastrophe there, really had to let off the gas. Maybe those guys made contact. I'll have to go back there and take a look. But Marty Carroll now putting the moves on Marlon McMullen. He's going to get the job done. He's got the inside of the corner. And fantastic move there from Martin Carroll. He is moving himself up into the second spot. Marlin is not going to like that. He's going to stay right there on the bumper of Marty Carroll, nearly pushing him down the straightaway. He's going to move to the inside of Marty Carroll, looking to take the spot here in the sharp turn. Marty is going to go plenty wide and give Marlin plenty of room. Great job there from both of those guys. Very respectful driving. Now let's see if I can go back and see exactly what happened there. Somewhere.
Get another look at it. That'll help out.
Yeah, using these other overlays, I do have a means to go back and check it out. Alright, going back on the replay here to see exactly what happened with these guys as they head into Canada Corner. Canada Corner being the bad corner. Yeah, that's just it. Cooper just went in there a little hard. Marlin went off the track to avoid him and again had to come to nearly a complete stop, and that's what allowed Marty Carroll to be right there pushing for that second position. So more excitement here at Road America, courtesy of Canada Corner. I guess I better check the chat, make sure I've got that corner right, otherwise people are probably laughing at me. 7 minutes of repairs, that little incident between Ryan Shelton and Michael Talioncic a while back. So that one was pretty darn bad.
I say let them laugh, pal.
Yeah, they can laugh at me out of it. As long as I'm making them smile, I don't care.
On a positive note, wow, this is, I'm almost loaded back up, and I think hopefully everything will be better connected than before. But on a positive note, this probably will be my last Friday night broadcasting on this current equipment, so things should be a lot better on my end from here on out.
That's right, I'll be spending the day tomorrow loading up windows on your new machine, get that sent off to you, along with the extra long LAN cable so that you don't have to try to use Wi-Fi.
That's right.
Hopefully,
Direct connect.
We'll be good to go for next Friday.
That sounds awesome. It makes me so excited because, man, I tell you, we have done so much through the years broadcasting, and when you're not running at 100%, it's just frustrating because we want to bring the best broadcast to you guys as possible.
Yeah, we definitely try. It's been a little more difficult here lately as things just don't seem to be meshing very well together with the broadcast stuff and the iRacing stuff. And you know, the reason definitely has nothing to do with iRacing. It's all the overlay software and stuff is made by third-party people, and the old overlay system that we use is like 2 years old. It's not even being supported or upgraded or anything anymore nowadays, so it's really hard to get it fixed whenever iRacing releases some new code or something like that it has to work with. It's really hard to find somebody that knows code good enough to go in there and fix it and get it going, but we do got somebody taking a look at it. So for now we're using this different set of overlays, which does have a couple cool things about it. One of them is this little on-screen throttle brake speed thing. That's pretty darn neat.
Sorry to jump in there real quick. Just a really exciting pit stop going on right now with Marlon McMullen and Martin Carroll. Both these guys running in second and third place third and fourth as they cross the start-finish line. But they are literally nose to nose down pit road right now. This is going to be a fun pit stop to watch these guys.
Whoa! You know how last Wednesday you were stuck on replay mode and I told you about it? I told you how sometimes I do that, and Yeah, the viewers are stuck
You're
with
on
me.
it right now, aren't you?
I was like, and I'd waited so long to go back to
Well,
replay
let's
the
not
viewer.
miss this awesome pit exit
No, we're
right here,
watching.
man. This is going to be huge.
We're
It's
watching.
a straightforward and holding pit stop battle right here. And who's going to be the first one away? I see both engines are firing right now, and they're going to roll off simultaneously. That is an identical stop. I'm sure that their times are going to be slightly different. One was a little faster than the other, I'm sure, but wow.
When I see him going in like that, I wonder, did Marty go in because Marlon went in and he thought, well, I better go in now and get it done with him? Or did they both just happen to have the same strategy?
That's a good question. I mean, when you look at it statistically, I don't even know.
I would say that Marty probably went in
I would
because the car in
say,
front of him went in and he just wanted to keep that race going. But you
yeah,
never
that
know. I mean, the
I think
strategy, a two-stop pit race, the strategy is just their strategy can go so many different ways. Going to check back in on the leader for just a second. Ian Ford out in front. He's got 13 seconds back to second place Cooper Murray. These guys haven't had their pit stop yet. Now Cooper's in. Daniel Acklin in as well.
Good stuff.
How's things running on your end? You got everything running good?
I think as good as they're going to run for now. I'm still trying to tweak some little things, but I think it's as good as it's going to get. I think it's just time for a new PC. What you think, pal?
I think it couldn't be better timing. If that thing blows up right now, I think you'll still be good to go because you'll have a PC on the way very soon.
I'll be sad because all the things I do have to use this laptop for.
Yeah, that's true.
But I am so excited to get to, I think this is going to get me back in the car racing instead of just broadcasting all the time. I do miss being in the car. I know you do too, Kane. It's be a good opportunity for you to get back in as well. We could get back in there and try to get back racing like we used to many moons ago.
Yeah, I jumped in the car a while back just to see how it was with the DirectX 11 and stuff, and it was very bad. I think I had people laughing watching me try to get this thing around the track. But man, I'm just excited.
Would you get in the V8?
Yeah. And it just felt
like the,
of course,
the hardest car to jump in after a while.
Yeah. I don't know. You see some of these pros get in there after, even Marty Carroll after taking time off. He gets right in and will go out there and do well. Nigel Baines came back after like half a year off and jumps right in and takes podium position and stuff. I get back in this thing and it's like, I don't know, it feels like the steering wheel's on the wrong side of the car.
It is. For us Americans, it is. I did hear in my ear, a little spotter told me the leader was on pit road.
Oh, I just got word from Ryan Shelton that he won't be here next week. He's actually going to go to the road Atlanta next weekend. He'll be watching, but he'll be watching from his cell phone while he's at the track.
Wait a minute. He's going to the Real Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
What's going on at Real Road Atlanta next weekend? I would like to know because I will be there.
I don't know. Maybe he'll let you know.
We need, and Ryan Shelton is this. We need to talk to him in the post-race show and find out, sir. I mean, I live all but an hour and a half from Braselton, which is where Road Atlanta is, and I would love to go there. I've never been, other than in the virtual, the virtual Road Atlanta. So I'd love to go.
Very interesting happenings on the track here. Ian Ford has finished his pit stop, and he comes out in 4th place behind Marty Carroll.
Wow.
And not just behind Marty Carroll, way behind, like almost 4 seconds behind. 3.68 seconds. So, I don't know. That's strange. Maybe he took. One of the stops is going to take 70 liters of fuel, and the other about 30, I think, if I got the numbers right. And so one of the stops is going to be a short stop and one of them a long stop. So maybe he chose to get the long stop out of the way first, and the other guys had taken the short stop first. So this thing definitely isn't over until it's over. We got lap 18 down to 39. Still got another pit stop to go, guys. So it's definitely going to get exciting from here. All right, so Marlon McMullen is out in front. Richard Elward in second. Marty Carroll in third. Richard Elward actually looks like he has had his stop and is battling with Marlon for the lead. So a good stop from Richard Elward is going to put him right up there in contention for this thing.
Wow. All right, guys, well, we got an opportunity, and here we are on lap 8. Well, let me do this from the leader's point of view. We are on lap 18 of 39 here, guys, and we're getting near that halfway point here very shortly. So without that, I'll go ahead and do a quick rundown. Up in the top spot, it is the number 2 car that is none other than Ian Ford, and Ian Ford doing a fantastic job, been out front for the majority of this one, as far as since I've been around, because it took me a while. He is racing today in the MPMS Racing Simulators Commodore. In second place right now, it is Richard Elward, and he is in the SimWorks Sirius Virtual Motorsport Commodore, and he is holding second place down at the moment. Martin Carroll right there in third, and in the KSW Payton SDC Motorsports Ford Falcon, good race for him. Ian Ford has dropped down to 4th after the stop we talked about. Marlon McMullen is actually the leader, and Marlon, just to get his paint on, he is in the SP Tools Commodore tonight. In 5th place, it is Cooper Murray in the SimWorks Series Virtual Motorsports Commodore. Behind him, it's Luke Betts in the Demidov Innovations Commodore. Phil Jones is in 7th place in the Race Club Commodore. Chris D'Angelo in the Hinlink Industries Holden. Daniel Ackland is in 9th place in the Kimmy's Rural Fencing Ford Falcon. Craig Jones is in 10th place in the MPMS Racing Simulators Commodore. Brenton O'Brien in the Maverick Welding Commodore is in 11th. Raymond Stair is in the Secura Staff Storage Ford Falcon. He is currently in 12th. Adam Wyborn is currently in 13th place in the Wilson Security Holden. Rory Windrum in the Inner Strength Products Holden is currently in 14th. James Bell in the Kimmy's Rural Fencing Ford is in 15th. Mark Fee in the Powell Stainless Steel Products Party Limited is in the number 14 Commodore. He's currently in 16th place. Paul Tariavara is currently in the number 10 Commodore, and he is currently in 17th place. In 18th place, it is Tony Lynch in the Race Club number 19 Commodore. Peter Simmons is currently in the SDRT Commodore in 19th. All those cars are on the lead lap, just off the lead lap. Jason Quire, 2 laps down in the number 6 KSW Painting SDC Motorsports Commodore. 21st is Michael Talyankic, and he is 6 laps down after his incident, which we witnessed just a few moments ago. Ryan Shelton is listed in 22nd, 7 laps down. Mark Myers is in 23rd, 7 laps down, and it was an early race exit for Ronald Etheridge in the number 24. He is 17 laps down, so that is how we run, and we are right just over the halfway point, so that's a little halfway the race update. I hope you guys enjoy the second half of the race. And Kane, here we go. Let's have some fun, buddy. Big race.
I'm ready for the second half. It's definitely looks like it might be heating up here up front as Marty Carroll got around Richard Elward and back in second place, tracking down Marlon McMullen for the lead spot.
Well, this is fun. Ian Ford, he is himself back on some decent pace. He's got Richard Elward up in front of him. And right now the MPMS Racing Simulations Commodore coming up on the SimWorks machine of Richard Elward. That's going to be a great battle. That is for third place. And that number 4 SimWorks Virtual Motorsport Commodore holding on right now. But we've already seen Ian Ford get out here and lead today. He can get back up and do it again. He's got tremendous pace. And through the carousel right now, watch as he gains inch by inch on Richard Elward here. So you got two great battles, one for first, one for third. And both of these are about to get a little more intense than they have been in the past lap or two. I think the first one we'll see happen is this one with Richard Elward trying to hold off Ian Ford. That's about to happen in about 2 turns. In fact, here comes Ian Ford now. He's got a push on the inside, and Richard Elward does a great job of giving him the room. He doesn't want to make anything happen. We've already seen an incident at that part of the track already, and now Ian Ford forced to the outside. Can he make a pass on the outside? He's going to take the inside here and should have it there. Good job right there, as Ian Ford does move into a podium position. A little wide on exit there, but it's not going to cause any problems for the MPMS Commodore.
Fantastic. Did have a viewer say, Adam Zettinger said that Drift Atlanta is next weekend at Road Atlanta.
Ah, sweet, okay. Get out there and do a little drifting around Road Atlanta. That's got to be a fun track to drift around.
I'll bet that would be fun to watch, actually.
If you like the smell of rubber.
Yeah, you'd have to like the smell of rubber and maybe some alcohol. I don't know if those guys would burn alcohol or not, but...
oh, I thought you were talking about in my
some.
cup. I was like, I love the smell of alcohol. I like the way it tastes, too.
All right, so really,
Marty.
I was about to say the same thing. Really impressed with Marty Carroll. Wow, he's doing a fantastic job here tonight.
He's been doing pretty good here as of late. However, he's got to find just an inch more bit of pace to get up here with Marlon McMullen, and he's been doing a wonderful job. I'm very impressed with how well we've seen Marty tonight. Just been impressed with him. The past few times I've seen him on the track, it was like we didn't see him for a while, and as he's come back, he has just been in exceptional form. Boy, howdy, I tell you what, I am so glad this is the last week on this laptop. It right now looks like these cars are riding on an invisible roller coaster.
A while back I mentioned Chris D'Angelo that he would be catching Daniel Ackland pretty soon. He has caught Daniel and has made that pass. That moves Chris up into 8th. I think that pass might have got done on pit lane, not quite sure, but he is out in front of Daniel Ackland at the moment. Daniel not letting him go. He's going to stay right there with him and try to get that position back. But that is the closest battle on the track as of right now. Sorry to interrupt you in your little story.
No. I'm glad you did, because I'm going to have to go back in and try to fix this. It's impossible to broadcast when it'd be inaccurate when it looks like the guys are shooting to the sky and then crashing back down. As really, it's almost comical if I wasn't so frustrated. I don't understand how it can go from running fine and then just all of a sudden looks like everybody's riding an invisible roller coaster out there.
Well, so far your TeamSpeak connection is still holding out, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, and I mean, I can see my connection looks beautiful and everything is running fast other than iRacing, because I don't understand. And I don't understand, iRacing has been running flawlessly for me in the NIS broadcast, which has almost 3-4 times the amount of cars on the track, and so it doesn't make any sense. But I'm loading it back up. Hopefully we'll see some improvement this time. So I'll let you take the lead back, my friend, and I'm here, though, and I'll fill in with my opinions until I get some pictures.
All right. Well, we do got Ian Ford catching back up to Marty Carroll. He's got that gap down to about the half-second mark. Actually,
Man,
I'm wrong. It's 1.2 seconds. It kind of jumped up on me there.
well, we've already seen once Ian Ford get up there. Like I talked about earlier, Kane. He's got up there, led today, fell back to fourth after that pit stop, and we're assuming it's because he took the longer of the 2 pit stops that they're going to be required tonight. And so he went ahead and got that out of the way. If he did, and he's gaining on these gentlemen already, it should be a marvelous run to the front for him, and this should be fun to watch.
Daniel Ackland with a great move on the outside there. He got that position back from Chris D'Angelo. Chris almost took it back there on the next turn. Wasn't able to get the job done, but still right there with Daniel Ackland looking to get that position back. So still got a great race here. Daniel Ackland probably with the most action of any other car on the track tonight. He's been doing a fantastic job, and a couple of great passes here today. I think both of his passes came on the outside, so it's a really strong car here today at Road America. When you went through all the cars and at the half race rundown, a lot of my cars did not match yours, so hoping that I did a refresh. I hope that kind of helped with that situation, got all the cars back in sync. Marty Carroll still holding on to that number 2 spot. He's still within striking distance of the number 1 machine in Marlon McMullen out in front. Just under the 1 second mark back behind the leader. Just getting ready to come up on lap 24 of 39 here tonight. These guys, as I've mentioned a couple times, an extra long race for these guys tonight. They're probably starting to feel it about now, I'd say. 25 laps in, these guys probably starting to get a little tired. And also, like I mentioned earlier on in the race, many of these guys ran an endurance race last night with SDRT, so they might be feeling it after being in the car so long last night, getting back in, doing a long race here today. Let's check in back at the number 7 position. The Chris D'Angelo and Daniel Ackland battle still going strong. Daniel has pulled away from Chris by a car length or 2, 0.6 seconds. Still doing a fantastic job out there. Both of those guys having a great battle. And they've got plenty of space between them and the car back behind. Brenton O'Brien back in 9th, 14 seconds back. So the double pit stop race is really starting to get a lot of the field kind of spread out. One driver worth mentioning that's making a comeback after disaster early on, Cooper Murray, had a spin out in Canada Corner and lost a lot of position. Took him a while to get spun back around and get going again. He did get going again, didn't have much damage or anything, but he is really starting to run down these drivers. He's just over a second away from Richard Elward in 4th, and then Richard's just about 3 seconds away from Ian and then everything really closes up at that point. So he's about 5 seconds from a big battle with the leaders. Marlon McMullen in for his second pit stop. Ian Ford goes on by. Richard Elward's in as well, and Cooper Murray. All three pulling in here on lap 25 for the final pit stop. Richard Elward nearly pushing Marlon through the pit lane. Guess that could have been Cooper Murray. Do want to apologize to the viewers. If you were looking for us on iRacing Live tonight and did not find us there, the weather got real bad this week, and I got some floodwaters in my house, and that happened on Wednesday night whenever I was supposed to submit all my stuff for tonight's race, and so I was unable to get the information submitted. And even last night was still vacuuming up water, so unable to really focus on the iRacing stuff through this week. But we will be back on iRacing Live next week, so my apologies to not getting that done for you guys this week. It's really, I can see in the viewer numbers that it's really hurt this week. So our leader, Marty Carroll, is still yet to make his second pit stop. That puts him out in front. Ian Ford back in second. Ian waited quite a while on that first pit stop, and we think that he took the long pit stop there at first, so he definitely has several more laps of fuel here. So this is where it's going to get interesting. Once this second pit stop gets out of the way, we'll have a better idea of how this race is going. Marlon Cooper and Richard Elward all out of the pits, of course, by now. Richard and Cooper Murray having... Wait, that ain't Cooper Murray. Cooper getting around Brenton O'Brien there. That's going to put him behind Marlon McMullen. Great battle going on right now for the 8th place. Got Raymond Stair in the 8th spot, and Adam Wyburn, he wants it. He is right there on the bumper of the number 11 machine, battling for that 8th spot. Actually, I think I might have messed that one up. I think Raymond may have just passed Adam for the 8th spot and is now starting to pull away just a little bit. But regardless, we've got Richard Elward, who is coming up now. We know he's got the pace to get by these guys, and the longer it takes him, the further Cooper Murray is going to pull away up in that 6th spot. So Richard really wanting to get by these guys just as quickly as possible. Let's check back up at front, as these guys should be getting close to time for some pit stops. Ian Ford has officially caught the leader of Marty Carroll. Right on the bumper. Marty doing a great job of holding off the hard-charging Ian Ford, at least for now, as Marty still maintains that #1 spot. If you're new to this car, or you've seen the races on YouTube and you think, boy, I'd really like to drive those cars, and you get in the car and you wonder, how come you're not quite as fast as everybody else? A lot of it really has to do with the braking. Ian Ford has made a video where he talks about the braking and how critical the braking is in these cars, and how you really have to brake in a straight line before making your turns and stuff like that. A very good informational video on
side by
braking.
side. It's for the lead. Here comes Ian Ford, going to try to make it around Marty Carroll. And he'll do it. Ian Ford does take lead away from Martin Carroll here on lap 28 of 39. And so he does return to the lead, Kane.
Yes, he does.
Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to jump in there, but it was a good little battle for the lead there. Popped in just in the nick of time. So Ian Ford is back out front, man. After all that, what we talked about, he has made it back up.
He did. He charged his way back up to the front, and now, if he does, he obviously does just have this short pit stop left to go. So I would say he's in a pretty darn good position. See Jason Quire.
Yeah, he's
having a tough day. Jason is.
He is. He's got towed back to pit road. Adam Wyborn is headed down pit road, as well as this is awful, buddy. I'm trying so hard here, but everything's popping in and out. Rory Windrum's on pit road as well.
If you're wondering about that braking video that I was talking about just a little bit ago, Ian's YouTube channel is Lame Duck. So if you search out on YouTube for Lame Duck, Lameduck, you'll find his YouTube channel, and in there is that video on the braking. A pretty helpful video, actually. Paul Terravara into the pit lane, as well as Marty Carroll.
There's a good battle for third going on right now. Phil Jones is working hard right now, trying to get around Luke Betts in the Dimmadov Innovations Commodore. And that's the battle for 13th. It is bumper to bumper at the moment.
Yeah, a couple of really good battles going on throughout the track here at the moment. We've got, of course, that battle there with Luke Betts and Phil Jones, which is heating up quite nicely. And then back behind those guys, Craig Jones and Raymond Steer. A great battle going on back there as well. So here at the closing part of the race, we've got a couple battles that are really heating up nicely.
This one here with Luke is it's underway, and I'm just waiting. I think Phil Jones is looking for any type of opening he can find. He's hoping Luke Betts will give him something he can jump on, and so far Luke Betts is not giving him anything to. No handouts, no freebies today.
Yeah, Phil Jones definitely a skilled driver. We've seen him have one heck of a race here not too long ago. Definitely proved his skill out on the track, and he's doing it here again today. A great battle here with Luke Betts.
Here's some more pit stops. Brenton O'Brien is heading out of pit road now as he gets his second stop out of the way in his Maverick Weldon machine. And here comes Mark Fee. He's headed down pit road as well in his box. Rory Windrum, sorry about the delay there. Rory Windrum has got himself in a little run here with Adam Wyborn. Battle for 15th. The Inner Strength Product Store is trying to get up there and get around his opponent here, and that it would be the Wilson Security Commodore of Adam Wyborn in the 18 car. It may be for 15th, but for them, they're having a blast.
Yeah,
Raymond Sear is, sorry, Kane, just made it around Craig Jones just as I was talking there, and it's a great pass right there for Raymond Stair as he's able to move up into 13th.
Yeah, things heating up nicely with that Rory Windrum and Adam Wyborn battle. Looked like Rory was going to give it a go there, but thought about it and decided to pull back in. He is right on the bumper of the 18 machine.
Got about nine and a half laps left in this one, guys.
I was muted there, but I was saying that Ian Ford has 42 seconds back to second place, who is right now Daniel Ackland. The effective second place car, Marty Carroll, he's got about 44 seconds back to Marty Carroll. And just wondering if the slowing down to entry into pit road, going the pit lane speed down pit road, stopping, getting your pit stop out of the way, can that be done in 43 seconds? Because that is the question now for Ian Ford, as he has one pit stop left and he's got 43.2 seconds back to Marty Carroll in second place. Battle going to heat up back here for third as Marlon McMullen will be gaining up to Daniel Ackland. Daniel hasn't taken that second pit stop yet, and Marlon looking to get past him to start his charge down to Marty Carroll, who is just about 2 seconds up ahead of those guys. And that will be the battle for second place. Marlin going to get that position on the outside as they get into Canada corner. It's a little worried he might not get it slowed up, but he gets her slowed up just fine. Now he'll be on his way to try to charge down Marty Carroll. He's got about 2.3 seconds to distance between he and Marty. Daniel Ackland, probably one of the busiest drivers here today. The guy who's had probably the most action out of everybody. Heads down pit lane for his second pit stop. We are on lap 32 of 39. 7 laps here to go. Ian Ford still hasn't made his second trip down pit lane. I expect we'll be seeing that this lap or maybe next. .6 seconds back to Marty Carroll. So let's go to the viewers. 43.6 seconds. Do you think Ian Ford can get the car slowed down, get into pit lane, go the speed limit, stop, get his pit stop out of the way, and be back on the road within 43 seconds? Ian Ford says, no, I'm not coming in this time. Maybe next time. Check on the battle back there for second. Marty Carroll is in the second spot. He's got Marlon McMullen, who is charging him down. Marlon getting through a little bit of traffic here. That's going to slow him down just a little bit. 2.5 seconds is the distance between he and Marty Carroll. Back behind Marlon, Cooper Murray doing a great job recovering from that early race incident. He's got 2 seconds between he and Marlon McMullen up in third. So a great job from Cooper Murray recovering from that spin early on. Richard Aylward back in fourth. A great race from Richard here today. And James Bell in sixth place. He's got Chris D'Angelo back behind him. About almost 3 seconds back. So Chris looking to track down James Bell for that sixth position. We are on lap 33 of 39, so there's definitely time for a couple more positions to change hands here. Gotta say, Marty Carroll doing a fantastic job here today. He's still pulling away from Marlon McMullen. That distance now up to 2.68 seconds, 2.7 seconds. So Marty definitely very secure in second place as of now. We'll see how the pit stop goes for Ian Ford here. Lap 33 of 39. Still no pit stop for Ian Ford. James Bell hits the pit lane. That's going to give Chris D'Angelo that position. So that moves Chris up into sixth position. He's got Daniel Ackland 2.5 seconds back behind him. Daniel has had a great race here today. He's raced with Chris D'Angelo many laps here today, and he is 2.4 seconds back behind with about 5 laps to go. So there is still a chance Daniel could get up there and battle with Chris one last time for that sixth spot. Checking on Cooper Murray. He is really reeling in Marlon McMullen. I think Marlon a little off pace here in the latter laps here, as he's fallen off a little bit from Marty Carroll, and Cooper Murray is catching up to him. So Cooper Murray at 1.6 seconds back behind Marlon. So we could definitely see a battle here for third for this last podium position between Cooper Murray and Marlon McMullen. That would be unbelievable, actually, considering the early race spin for Cooper Murray. Just a fantastic job from Cooper. Just putting his head down and just doing his very best to catch up, and he's about got it done. Ian Ford is into the pit lane for the very last time here at Road America. I got a feeling I might have called this thing Road Atlanta a couple times today, but we are at Road America. We'll keep an eye on Ian Ford as he gets his pit stop done and out of the way. Giving his transmission a workout there. Looks like some fuel only for Ian Ford, as he knows exactly how much fuel he needs. He's going to take just the right amount and get back out. And he is going to do it in record time. That's going to leave him 20 seconds. Nope. Scratch that. Now it's updated. 3 seconds back to Marty Carroll. So that worked out about perfect for Ian Ford. 3.86 seconds between Ian Ford and Marty Carroll. So great job, not only by Ian Ford by getting all that worked out right. Some pretty good strategizing there from Ian Ford, but Marty Carroll with a fantastic run here today. 4 laps to go. He's in second place, and he's got a couple seconds back to the next car. So great job so far from Marty Carroll. Marlon McMullen, maybe he was fuel saving there for a little while trying to meet his numbers. Maybe he didn't take quite enough there on that second stop. He must have met his numbers, because he has started to increase that distance. Nope, scratch that. This thing working just a little bit slow on its update. Cooper Murray now under the 1 second mark between he and Marlon McMullen. So Cooper reeling in Marlon McMullen pretty quickly here. On board with Cooper Murray. I was a little confused, thought I was watching Senna there for a second, but alas, it is just Cooper Murray in the number 8 machine as he tracks down Marlon McMullen up in 3rd position. 36 laps down, 3 to go, and we've got a great battle here for the final step on the podium. Marlon McMullen has it, Cooper Murray wants it, and he is all about trying to get it back. He is all over the bumper of the number 1 machine of Marlon McMullen. Great run through that final turn there from Cooper. Now to the inside, going into turn 1. Side by side down the front stretch. Cooper Murray takes that spot. Marlon looked like he kind of gave it to him, but now it looks like he might want it back. Lap 37 of 39, 2 laps to go here, and positions change for the third step on this podium. Now Marlon McMullen goes to the inside into the sharp corner there. They're going to go side by side again. Marlon's got the advantage. Maybe. I don't know that he has the advantage there. That turn seems to be better on the outside. Cooper Murray is going to maintain that third spot. Marlon's still going after it though. He's just got a couple laps to get it done, and he's pushing awful hard. See the car getting awful wiggly back there, but he's still pushing. He wants that podium position back. Paul Gorell not in the race today. Paul Gorell second place in the points championship. He would probably look to gain some points here today with if Marlon finishes in his current position, and with it being a one split race, the points will probably be down a little bit today as well. But Paul not racing here today, so might just have to be a drop round for him. Alright, we are down to the 2 lap to go mark. Lap 38 of 39. Cooper Murray starting to pull away just a little bit there from Marlon McMullen in that 4th spot. Let's see what else we got going on throughout the field. Everything's pretty well spread apart pretty good. The next closest battle we got is here for 12th. Craig Jones. He wants that 12th spot from Adam Wyborn. So a great race here today at Road America. Ian Ford with the winning strategy. It looks like he's still got a lap and a half to get through here, but so far it's looking like it's all Ian Ford. He's got 10 seconds back to second place Marty Carroll, who's had a tremendously great race today. Really proud of Marty Carroll and the race that he's had here today. Cooper Murray back in third. He's starting to pull away from Marlon McMullen. He's got 3 seconds back to Marlon now. I got a feeling Marlon may not have hit his fuel numbers exactly like he wanted to in his pit stops here today, because it seemed like he was off pace there for a little while. Richard Aylward back in 5th. Richard's got quite a bit of space back to 6th place Daniel Acklin. Daniel's had a fantastic race here today. He'll be leaving Road America with a big smile on his face. He has got around Chris D'Angelo, who also has had a heck of a race here today. He'll be leaving Road America very happy. Phil Jones back in 8th, another driver that's just done a fantastic job here today. So lots of drivers will be leaving Road America pretty happy today, knowing that they've done a darn good job. Brenton O'Brien in 9th place has had a great race. So a great job to a lot of these guys. Just showed up and had a great race. Rory Windrum as well, a top 10 finish. Raymond Stair is in 11th as of now. Alright, so Ian Ford on his final lap here at Road America. Fantastic race here for Ian. He had the perfect strategy coming into the race here today. Marty Carroll back in 2nd, just clean sailing for the rest of this lap. He's got 2 seconds back to Cooper Murray, but he's got less than half a lap now. So Marty Carroll is looking good in that second place position. Cooper Murray really starting to pull away from Marlon McMullen in that 3rd spot. So it's looking like it's going to be a great. I think that finish is going to be just pretty much as it is now. Glad to see you back in time for the interviews, JD.
I'm sorry, pal. I have been trying to get this right, and I tapped out on it. I mean, there goes the race again. It's
well, Ian Ford comes across in the number 1 position. A fantastic run from Ian Ford. Marty Carroll finishes in 2nd. Ian Ford did a great job at just keeping from getting T-boned just there. But Marty Carroll in 2nd. Cooper Murray has managed to catch up, overtake Marlon, finish 3rd. What a fantastic run from Cooper Murray. Marlon McMullen finishes in the 4th spot. Richard Aylward will come across in 5th. As I mentioned just a little bit ago, Daniel Ackland with a fantastic race here today. He will be leaving Road America very happy. He'll come across in 6th with Chris D'Angelo in 7th. Phil Jones will finish 8th with Brenton O'Brien in 9th. And Rory Windrum should round out the top 10.
fantastic stuff there in the top 10. Outside of the top 10, it was Raymond Stair in 11th place. Adam Wyborn in 12th. 13th went to James Bell in the Kimmy's Rural Fencing Falcon. Just behind him in 14th, it went to Craig Jones. He finished in the MPMS Commodore. Mark Fee is going to come across today, and he finished in 15th place today. He did that in the Powell Stainless Steel products, and Commodore, good race there. Paul Taragavara finished in 16th. He was only one lap down. Tony Lynch finished in 17th. Peter Simmons finished in the SDRT. Commodore in 18th. 19th is where Luke Betts finished up. 20th ended up with Jason Quire. Michael Talyankich 21st. Ryan Shelton 22nd. Mark Myers 23rd. And finally Ronald Etheridge in 24th. That is how we finish here at Road America. 39-lap race. It was a long one and a good one. And tell you what, congratulations is in order for our podium, which is Ian Ford, Marty Carroll, and Cooper Murray. That is going to do it here from the track, and we hope you guys hang with us as we get ready for our post-race show, which starts now. So, Kane, I'd love to sit here and tell you all the awesome things that I got to see during the race today. But as you know, I had a little bit of some technical issues tonight. But I tell you what, I did get to see a good part of it. And from what I saw, a lot of times Road America is such a big track, and especially when you don't have a huge field. Which we did have a nice 24-car field tonight, but sometimes it can get rather spread out, and that was not the case with tonight's race. Lots of great battles for position all throughout the race, even all the way to the very end, and it was a really impressive run. I really enjoyed this 2 pit stop race.
Yeah, it was definitely a long one, but I don't mind having a long one once or twice in a season. A good enduro, and this one definitely put the guys to the test.
That it did. It really did. It put them right in the action. It was a test. And speaking of one that conquered that test, let's bring in our race winner, Ian Ford. Ian, welcome to the post-race show. Congratulations on the victory tonight. A big-time win. Let's say hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks, guys. How are you guys going? Hopefully that was a quite enjoyable race for you guys to watch with everyone else battling pretty hard.
It was very enjoyable. I'm going to go back and watch the broadcast after that one because it was such a good job. Kane had to rock it out most of the time as I was having some issues. But tell me about your run. Tell me about it. I did get to see you go for a pit early in the race. It was a rather longer pit. It put you from first step down to fourth, and then you worked your way back up to the lead and ultimately won the race. What caused you to fall to fourth there? Was that just you took the longer pit stop early? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I just extended that first stint by like an extra lap, so I fuel saved a little bit. So I literally had like zero point 0.5 left in the tank when I actually stopped. So I filled it up completely, chock a block as full as it could go. So the next stop was a lot shorter, and I came out just behind the boys in fourth. And yeah, I thought that they may have had to do a longer pit stop at the end, so I just chilled out and didn't race people quite as hard as I could have.
Well, it definitely paid off in the end as you did take the checkered flag. Congratulations. It was a great run at Road America, big track. What was your thoughts on the race format or the length of the race? 39 laps, 2 pit stop race. What'd you think?
With it being 2 pit stops is pretty good. It throws in a lot of different strategy play that people can do. Like you can take a short stop at the first stop and then try and drive away from the field in clear air, and then take a long stop at the end and hope that you fall into a good place. Or you can do what I did, which is take a long amount of fuel at the start and then literally have like a qualifying car for the last couple of laps and see how that plays out. But overall, the length of the race is awfully long with 39 laps. It was like an hour and 26, I think, that we actually raced for. So that's probably the longest race we've got all season, other than Bathurst. So it could be a bit shorter, and they could have restricted the fuel a bit more. But otherwise, I think it's quite a good format. Lets everyone get into a rhythm, and if you're having a battle, it definitely gives you a lot more chances to make your way past other cars. But other than that, I'd like to see what people come up with for next season, and hopefully we have a few more fuel restricted races, because it definitely adds to the excitement.
Gotta say, your bird's about as excited about this race as my dog is.
Damn straight.
I was going to say animals like a pet store here.
What a great start, Ian. I just watched it again, as I always reset this race back to the beginning for the interviews. And man, you got one heck of a run off the start.
Yeah, I got a decent start, and then I saw Marlon creeping up, slowly getting closer, and he obviously got a bit of a better second start, bit of the start. And I just covered off the inside line, and once I hoped that he wasn't close enough to throw a dive bomb, I just moved back across and took the racing line and just tried using as much road as I could on the rest of the lap, and tried making a bit of distance on the boys.
Well, it definitely paid off, and Road America is in the books. You did take the victory. Now, next week, really looking forward to next week for several reasons, but even more than rocking out my new PC, I'm more excited about 50 laps on the Cup configuration at the Watkins Glen International. You have to be excited about that one, Ian. Tell us about your excitement for Watkins Glen next week. Now, watch, he's going to tell me he's going to dreading it.
Totally dreading it just for the draft that everyone gets behind you. But
see, I knew it.
No, absolutely awesome track. 50 laps. I like how we've returned to like an enduro style for Watkins Glen. I remember driving the old V8 around there with like 50 some laps, 60 laps. It's so fun, and like you can't get enough laps around that track. hopefully it makes some awesome battles, and hopefully I'm up near the front next week. If not, I'll try and put on a decent show.
I remember several times when Watkins Glen ended, JD and I were like, man, let's reset them and go again. That was a lot of fun. So 50 laps sounds great to me.
It should be wonderful. It does remind me of some of the old old races when I first got on iRacing. And even on those longer races, we still were having photo finishes at the end. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks that if you can't break away, it's like the person behind you is just pretty much setting up a move all race long. So you've got to watch out for when they actually do throw a move at you. And it's probably one of the hardest things to one of the hardest tracks to actually set up a move too, just for the fact that when you come out of that little bus stop chicane, it's like you have the carousel instantly after it. So you've got to time your runs almost perfectly, and it's one of the tracks that really suits the V8. Plus, obviously it suits the NASCAR as well, and it's just one of those places where having no downforce and driving it like an old school car should be driven is probably one of the best things you can ever do.
That is absolutely correct, buddy. I am telling you what, I love this place. And after that, we're going to Circuit Zolder, and then Canadian Tire. Or who am I kidding? That's always Mosport. And then Phillip Island and Mount Panorama, a.k.a. Bathurst. Looking forward to the end of the season, Ian, and we wish you the best of luck, pal, on your journey to the end of this season. Congrats on the win tonight.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm definitely looking forward to everything other than Mosport. I like the track in different cars, but I don't think it suits the V8 all that well with the gearings and stuff we have. But other than that, just like to give a shout out to Brenton O'Brien, who drove with me last night and got his first win in Enduro, so that's quite an exciting time for him. And all our sponsors, MPMS Simulators, Maverick Welding, GTI, and Gel Real Timing. So, the Gel Real Timing definitely helped me out setting up my strategy a bit tonight, so hopefully it helps me out in the future.
Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Ian Ford. Ian, congrats again on the victory, buddy. And as always, it's a pleasure to chat with you. We look forward to hearing from you next week. All right, guys, let's bring in Marty Carroll. Marty had a great race tonight. We'll bring him in for a quick word. Marty, welcome to the post-race show. How are you this evening?
I'm good, JD. Kane, how are we?
Doing great, my friend. Let's talk about your impressive run. It's ever since you've stepped back on the track after a little break there, it has just been one good race after the next, man. What has caused this this great move forward, I should say, in your skill level or performance? It's been great every single race.
Well, I'm not sure. It was a bit unfortunate with health issues, having about 6 weeks off. But yeah, since I've been back, and thank you for the kind words after last week's race, which was a good comeback. Unfortunately, I couldn't come in for a chat afterwards. But no, tonight was really good. Obviously, qualifying's never been my strength, so. But P5 wasn't too bad and got a good start, and great battle with Richard, Cooper, and Marlon all the way. Ian was just on another postcode out there racing on his own, especially after his and Brenton O'Brien's awesome race at the SDRT 240 last night. They drove a great race to get the win there. So. Knowing Ian was in the server and he qualified the rest of the field by a second there, he was going to be hard to catch, but very happy with my performance to come home second behind Ian there, and I was a little bit short on fuel after my second stop, so I had to sort of fuel save. I was lucky enough to get out ahead of Marlon, pushed for a couple laps to try and build a gap on my fresh tyres and utilise that. And then started fuel saving, and that sort of cost me to be able to leapfrog Ian and sort of be able to get in front of him and try and defend, because that was the only way anyone was going to sort of beat him. So once he got out, I was able to conserve the gap back to Cooper and Marlon there at the end. So, but in relation to the form, I think it's just I think like Bo said in his interview last week, I think we've just got a bit of zest back. And a big shout out to Bo and obviously our new recruit Paul Gorell, just on keeping the technical side of the car development week in, week out while I've been away. So it's been good to be back, and the boys are happy to have me back. So it's sort of got a spring in everyone's step, and when you're happy, doing what you love, it makes it easy to go there and perform.
Man, that's great news. We're happy that you're better and happy that you're doing so good, man. Keep up the good work, and we look forward to big things from you. We're going to be at great track next week at Watkins Glen. We look forward to big things from you next week, bud.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So more traditionally, as a group, we're pretty strong at Watkins Glen. So Road America, I don't think we've ran there officially for 12 months. So, awesome track. It's been good to go back there, and I think the heat and the slipperiness of the track there today was a good equaliser. So there's definitely some good racing, and you've got to race with a lot of respect and trust with the guy on the inside. Being so slippery, you've got to be very precise on your passing manoeuvres and stuff. So, a lot of good racing out there today, and expect the same next week at Watkins Glen.
Fantastic, buddy. Well, thanks again, Marty. As always, it's a pleasure to talk to you, and we look forward to hearing from you next week, pal.
Thank you very much, JD and Kane. It's good to be back.
Absolutely. That is Marty Carroll, guys, and a great performance from him tonight. And we look forward, like I said, he's been right on top of par, and we'll see what he can do next week at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a 50-lapper as well, so a long race at the Glen. I cannot wait. All right, guys, Marlon McMullen's been waiting up here for his interview. Let's bring him in real quick. And Marlon, welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight, sir?
Yeah, not too bad, guys. How about yourselves?
Man, great after watching that one. Road America, I'll be honest, before we entered this race tonight, I was kind of concerned. Sometimes when we head out to this racetrack, it's such a big track that guys can get a little spread out, and we can have quite a boring broadcast. That was not the case tonight. Lots of action out on the track, and it really impressed me and went above expectations. But let's talk about your run. Tell us about how things felt for you and what your thoughts on your performance were.
Yeah, overall it was a really good night. Obviously we all knew that was going to be quite a sort of a long race, a bit of a marathon if you like, but we're always sort of used to it. I think we've done one once before at Bathurst back in the official series quite a long time ago, even with the 2 pit stops. So yeah, we've done it once before and it's been quite a while, but yeah, we got out there today and had a really sort of nice start, and yeah, got a really sort of nice second sort of phase of the launch on Ian, and yeah, sort of elected not to go up the inside of him because he just had a rocket car today. He had so much pace. And then, yeah, just sort of slowly got into the groove, tried to do the best that I could with the really, 24 cars. It's a little bit dramatic with my frames, but it wasn't so bad for the first 5 or 6 laps. So I was able to get into a nice sort of groove with Cooper and I think it was Marty and all that around us. Yeah, once I got sort of about to lap 10 though, everything sort of went a little bit pear-shaped, and yeah, the frame started to drop, and I sort of decided to pit a little bit early just to sort of get out of all that traffic and try to do something a little bit of an undercut, if you like. And yeah, it came out pretty good. I didn't expect to come out in first for that little bit of a while. I was a little bit bewildered by what happened, but you take it how it is, and you just put your head down and keep sort of going ahead. Then got to the second pit stop, and I think I put in a little too much fuel, and yeah, it was just a cracking race towards the end with Cooper, and I think it was Richard as well. We had a good battle, and especially Marty and all that. And yeah, it was just a really great race today. So despite the length and what everyone said, it turned out to be one of the best races I think we've had in quite a while. Every race that we seem to do this season is just getting better and better. It's just really weird, huh?
Wreck avoidance was put to the test today a couple times, huh?
Oh yeah. It's always every time you go into a corner, it's always good to sort of look up in the mirror, and I saw that Cooper. I don't know if he outbraked himself or maybe it was just me, but it's hard enough driving with the frame issue. But I thought I was pretty much on cue every time with my braking markers, and yeah, I spotted him a couple of times, and so I think it was 3 times in the end. But thankfully, he managed to avoid any damage, so that was okay in the end. But those 3 or 5 seconds or whatever it was that we sort of squabbled over and lost out on those sort of two little. I don't know what to call it, little 2 battles, I guess. Yeah, it could have cost me another 3 or 4 seconds towards the end of the race, which could be another position. But yeah, it is how it is. I'd rather finish 4th than last. So sometimes it's just better, especially in the championship-wise position, just to think ahead and to sort of do the best you can on the day.
That's it, my friend. Well, let's look ahead at next week. Watkins Glen, what's your thoughts on the 50-lapper there?
Oh, I've never really had too much luck at Watkins Glen. I prefer the other version, the boot version, but it is what it is. It's just another track, and just go out there and do the best job I can do. I'm not too sure how my computer goes at that sort of circuit. I know it's been a little bit tedious in the past there, but I said it is what it is, and it just sort of just keep doing what I'm doing at the moment. And it's been some really great racing lately, so hopefully it continues throughout the season.
Well, we do wish you the best of luck, Marlon, and it's been a great season for you. It's been really fun to watch. What are some things you are going to do to the last half of the season going forward?
Hopefully I'm able to do a little bit more laps. Ever since I started up a new job, it's been a little bit hard for me to get on. I've probably done more race laps this week than practice laps, which is a little bit opposite towards what I used to do. But you just sort of, when you get the time to do the laps, go out there, try and progress as hard as you can. There's a couple of things I want to try to the car to make it a little bit better. But I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I know I've got the computer issues. Today was a good test for it. Such a long race, it didn't overheat or do anything funny. So hopefully, touch wood. I mean, really touch wood. It just lasts out the last few weeks. And as you said, it's been a really good season. So hopefully it continues.
That's it, brother. That's all we can do is hope for the best, and we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for having a word with us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
No worries. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That's Marlon McMullen, everybody, and that is it. Kane, what a day here at Road America. You are the guy that got to see 100% of this one. Tell me your thoughts on tonight's race.
Well, kind of like Marlon said, I thought 39 laps here was going to be or 36 laps, 39, whatever it was.
39, that's all right, yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, Ian Ford set his fastest lap on lap 36, so that was the 36 that was blaring in my face. That's amazing, setting your fastest lap on lap 36, but wow. So with 39 laps here today, I thought it was just going to be like a long night, and I thought it was going to get kind of boring, but this was a fun race. I actually enjoyed the 39 laps here at Road America.
I did too. I thought it was very entertaining. I enjoyed it. And, like I said, I did have some technical issues. I want to apologize for that. I'm hoping that's the end of that. We should not have those problems ever again, hopefully. And but what I did get to see was very impressive. I was very impressed with the field, not only the top of the field, but really even in the back of the field. We had battles for 15th that were just as good as some of our battles up in the top 10. So really, really good job by all the drivers out on the track today. I thought that the field as a whole raced very well, and it was fun to watch. I hope that the viewers enjoyed this one, and I'm really pumped up about next week.
Me too. Watkins Glen is awesome with the V8 Supercars. If you haven't seen the V8 Supercars at Watkins Glen, you'll want to tune in next Friday because it is going to be a fun race. These guys really get after it at Watkins Glen, and usually the guys stay really grouped up nicely, and it really proves to be a lot of excitement. So make sure you tune in next Friday because Watkins Glen is always a fun time.
It really is. It's always a blast, and I love, just love it there. It's the Cup configuration. I know that Marlon said it's not his favorite, but it really is my favorite. That's the same configuration that NASCAR runs, and I love that these guys will be out there next week in these V8s. They're very similar to our stock cars, so I'm looking forward to it. You're not going to want to miss that one. You need to be there. It's going to be the same time next week, 10:15 Eastern. It's going to be 9:15 Central, and it'll be right here on. It'll be on iRacing Live next week, I believe, if everything goes right. And it'll also be on the V8 Online YouTube page.
That's right. Next Wednesday, we've got some NASCAR action coming your way. We'll be heading the NASCAR iRacing Series Open to Kansas, and we're going to have some great action at the 1.5 mile at Kansas come Wednesday. So if you like to watch the NASCAR guys, Wednesday is going to be a great race. That action starts at 8 o'clock Central Time here in America, 9 o'clock Eastern. And that's a great race there as well. That series has turned out to be a lot of fun.
It has been. It's been really a treat. We covered it 2 years ago, I believe it was. We took off a year. I think that's right. But lo and behold, ever since we have been back covering that series, it has just been wonderful. I've enjoyed every single race, and I would challenge you guys, if you haven't had a chance to watch one, you can watch them all on our YouTube page right now. You can actually go yourself up and flip through them, and if you don't want to watch the whole race, kind of make your own little high a little bit just to get a feel for them. I think you'll really enjoy them, and we challenge. I think you'll really like what you see. Kansas, a great track to come watch. Kane's home track, so that's got to be worth something.